Bill. Bill Brown. Jesus.
Jamie Finn!
Right.
It's good to see you.
And
what are you doing here?
Well, all stars, sir. Hey, don't tell me that you're...
Right.
Well,
how about that?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
My daughter Jane.
Hi.
An old friend of mine from university, Jamie Finn.
Well, how are you, comrade?
Terrible, I suspect. I'll tell you at half-time.
Right.
What are you up to?
Still acting, you know. Directing a bit now. We've got our own group together, putting on our own shows out of the fringe.
Political?
What do you think? Hey, you should come and see us. We're up this way soon, playing
Yeah?
the Trades Council.
Yeah. Terrific, lovely.
Oh, that's smashing. Why don't you drop in London next week when we rehearse?
Sure.
If I give you the address.
Terrific. It's going to be time to play football.
That's Martin's.
So, I'll see you when you get back, okay?
Okay.
Be sure to take some warm clothes with you. It'll be 17 degrees below in Leningrad this time of year.
You sound just like Mummy.
And give Mike a kiss for me. Tell him I'm sorry I missed him, and I'll see him when you get back.
Don't even want to go. Silly old medical conference, ugh.
Go on. You'll enjoy it. Kiss?
Nose. If you'd have scored that penalty, you'd have won, wouldn't you?
Go on, scram.
Take care.
Wilf? It's Bill Brand. Hi. Did you think any more about the amendment? Uh-huh. Good. Well, listen, see if you can get it signed today, eh? It's important. How about opposing the main question if the amendment dips? Well, did you read Winnie Schooler's piece in this week's journal? Well, look, Wilf, read it at least, eh? Okay, fine. Yeah, thanks, bye.
Hi.
Hi. Oh. Played football yesterday. I can hardly move.
Oh. No, thanks.
Sometimes I think you're not English.
I had breakfast on the train coming up. A whole pot of tea to myself. So, how's it going? The time said 44.
It's 52. It'll be 70 by tomorrow.
It'll need to be. If we don't show Venables now, we might as well pack our bags and go home.
I liked your piece in the journal.
Trevor Brent signed.
Uh-huh.
Edna Coppell?
Not yet. There's a rumour she's considering a peerage.
Last? Christ.
planning an all-out attack on the Queen's speech in the Chamber. But he won't vote with the amendment. It's not the time. If the party's to be split, it must be Venables who's seen to split it, not the left, etc., etc., etc. What about Friday, Wayne?
I don't know. My GMC meets Tuesday. My EC's recommending them to advise me to do nothing that might bring down their Labour government. What about you?
I'm working on it.
How many have you got? Prepared to vote against the main question, I mean.
Not enough. 6.
One's enough if the opposition gets out their full vote.
If the opposition votes against.
Well, we'll have to see. Think hard, Bill. That's all I ask. I've got a cab coming in half an hour. Do you want to share?
No. Got to finish this.
Oh. Venables offered me Minister of State at the DHSS at the weekend.
Yes?
I don't think he'll ask again. See you there, comrade.
Come in. Oh. Come in. Have a chair.
Cedric asked me to call.
Yes, he's asked me to look after it. He's seeing the opposition whips just now. So, you're staging a revolt.
I'm moving an amendment, Jeremy.
To your own government's programme for the year.
That's right.
What do your constituency party think of that?
Why don't you ask them?
I will. What are you after?
Socialism. Heard of it?
Sure you're in the right party?
Are you?
Oh yes, without a doubt. Chief Whip's office. No, he's out just now. Deputy Chief Whip speaking. Can I? Oh yes, certainly. Good morning, Prime Minister. Can I be of help? Cedric's just 62 this morning. I'm looking into it now. Yes, indeed. May I call you back? Saw the Speaker this morning. No, not decided yet, but any time now, I should think. May I call you back? 10 minutes? That's very kind of you, Prime Minister. Thank you.
Yes. I suppose you are.
The question is there room for both of us?
Is it just Korea?
What a silly, silly question. Have you learnt nothing?
You said all you want to say?
Not quite. Chief Whip's office, Deputy Chief Whip speaking. Oh yes, indeed. Go ahead. Thank you very much. Yes, I'll see he sees it the moment he gets back. That was the Speaker's office, ringing through the amendments he's decided to call. Yours isn't among them. I've won a fiver on that. I've said an amendment to a government motion from the government benches wouldn't be taken. Well, thanks for coming. Let's have a drink sometime.
One question.
Go on.
Who wouldn't you serve? You.
Mind if I join you? No? You should have stayed this morning. It got better.
I'd had enough.
Yeah. Brent took him on finally. And a lot of support from the centre.
Mm-hmm.
Venables promised to rethink the party funding bill.
Is that all?
It's something. See this? They got their man at last, eh?
How will you vote on Friday, Reg, on the main question?
Don't know. Journal group meets Thursday.
You, Reg.
I don't know.
That's just what he's counting on, comrade.
Ah.
See you.
Cheerio, son.
The Cubans and the Russians and Angola.
With our help,
With your help,
Mr. Briggs?
came in and
Brand
smashed the facets of the Portuguese.
5 minutes,
They
okay?
needed
Fine.
help.
We're quite happy.
But I
you
don't
like
think
coming in?
anybody
Because
will
I'll
do
take
you a favor just for nothing.
Yes.
Because they like you.
Of course. We cannot afford to exist in political isolation.
Well,
We have help from the Chinese and we're going to make use of it.
the national debt that is added
There's
to the Tanzanian
there's been no
You vote
national
against, mate.
debt in court.
will
You're in
take
debt.
hundreds
You
of years
bring
to
this
pay.
government down,
National debt.
and you're finished in politics. I'm telling you.
He won't, Frank, don't worry.
Well, with
He knows which side his bread's buttered on.
That's what I'm talking about.
Too much of a risk, anyway.
Money.
Oh, Tanzania
How's that?
money.
And Chinese know
Brand, you know as well as I do. All the signs are the opposition will at the very least abstain. So where does that leave you and
You
your
make
handful
a
of
criminal mistake.
kamikaze
I am not
comrades?
indeed, but
If I have my way,
With your heads on the
every
PM's block, I
African
should have
will speak
thought.
Chinese
No?
as a second language.
The sooner John Venables carries out his pledge to wind up these sectarian groupings, the better it'll be for the party.
It is really.
No goods ever come of them, as far as I can see.
It is.
Won't be long, Frank.
We have to
Won't be
smash
long.
this Western capitalist
All right, gentlemen, we're ready for you now. I'll take you through to the
I
studio.
do know, but I'm telling you that the
Stay close, won't you? It's easy to lose your way in this place.
The wind of change has blown, and the
and
Chinese are coming in.
it's blowing the cobwebs that you're laying down.
Good.
In the Queen's speech last Friday, the government unveiled its programme for the coming year. Already we know that there are deep divisions within the ranks of the Labour Party, and it appears that these new proposals could cause further dissent. In the studio tonight we have 3 Labour MPs, Frank Gallimore, William Brand, and Peter Priest. Now, gentlemen, which of you would like to predict the outcome of tomorrow's vote?
Well, the first thing we'd better clear up is this business of a deep division within the party. You know, with respect, we've heard it all before. You know, we were deeply divided under Attlee, and he ruled for 6 years and changed the map of this society. We were deeply divided under Gateskill. We were deeply divided under Watson. Let me answer it this way. We're as divided as we ever were. And I have a fiver says this government will continue until spring 1979.
Fiver? Well, that's certainly a breezy enough start. Now, Mr. Brand, on Monday you took the uncompromising step of tabling an amendment against your own government. Now, do you share your colleagues' optimism for the future?
Let me answer this way. I came into Parliament less than a year ago as a socialist member committed to moving this society in socialist direction.
Yeah.
Then, as now, I deem myself bound to the electorate by our manifesto,
Oh, yes, but on with the present
which said, amongst other things, and I quote, "Socialism is about helping the poor and eliminating poverty. It is also about achieving massive and irreversible shifts in the distribution of wealth and income in favour of working people."
Oh, come on, Bill. It's a manifesto, not the Bible.
For socialists, the creation of wealth is seen above all else as a social process, one which involves the cooperation of countless individual men and women and of the community as a whole. No one person, or indeed any family or group of shareholders, can be said to create wealth, great companies, or great estates.
Well, of course,
it is the people who create. It is the fortunate few, blessed by the custom and law of the land, who are deemed to own. It is time, we believe, to change these customs and laws. We must begin to load the scales in favour of equality, and that can only mean radical socialist measures. Now,
yes, but there's no division within the party on
the government's programme for the coming year is, in my view, a cynical and deliberate breach of that promise.
Oh, I don't see how you can say that.
I shall consequently vote against it when the main question is put on Friday afternoon.
Even if, given the present strengths of the parties in the House, it actually brings about the fall of your own government?
Oh, I don't think there's any danger of that. I mean, after all...
I didn't write the Queen's speech. John Venables did.
Look, let's have no more talk about this business of a division. After all, the party is united in putting forward this bill.
It is time, we believe, to change these customs and laws. We must begin to load the scales in favour of equality, and that can only mean radical socialist measures. Now,
yes, but there's no division within the party on
the government's programme for the coming year is, in my view, a cynical and deliberate breach of that promise.
Oh, I don't see how you can say that.
I shall consequently vote against it when the main question is put on Friday afternoon.
Come in. Come in. Move those boxes and sit down. Or anywhere, yes, there. Want a drink?
No, thanks.
Well, I'll have one. Fancy I'll have need of it.
Do you have a beer?
Surely.
Thank you.
What shall it be? How about the party?
How about the end of something?
Why not? It's my last day. We'll drink to me.
To you? How do you feel about it? Going to the other place?
Not good. Not good. It's not what I wanted. But then very little ever is in politics. Give and take, here and there, come and go. I've had a good run, all in all. I was a docker, you know. Tallyman, Royal Albert. My father before me. Oh. He helped organise the big one. That's what they called it. 1889, Ben Tillett, Tom Mann, John Burns. A long time ago. A long way away. You won't see it, Bill. But we've changed this country. We have changed it. In 1931, in that year we could have just finished, gone under. But we didn't. We got our heads down and we stuck and we were ready in 45. And we changed this country. Coal, railways, road transport, electricity, gas, steel, National Health Service, education, social welfare. But we could have gone under. Not stuck. You're a good member, Bill. I've come to admire you quite a lot, but there's something missing. Something. You've got to love this party. You're in it, of it. But you don't love it. Not family. You know what I mean?
That's better when the Tories have spoken. Oh. Sorry, Cedric, I didn't realise you were about. Can I talk to you about this afternoon sometime?
Just give me a minute, will you, Jeremy?
Sure.
And him?
Oh, he's, getting on. Oh, there's that too. It's what makes us human. Which I fancy you suspect rather a lot. You'll vote against us on the main question this afternoon.
Yes.
Might I ask how many others will do the same?
6, maybe 8.
So be it. Go well.
And you?
Eight at the most, I make it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you tell him the Tories are abstaining?
No.
Good thing. Make him sweat a bit.
This week, as I say, your government has presented to Parliament the most extensive programme of social legislation ever placed before the House, certainly since the last war. It has one object: to make this country once again a place of freedom and enterprise and justice. A place we're proud to raise our children in. A place where honesty and plain dealing are no longer derided. A place where compassion is once again a byword of our national life. In America's darkest hour, in the mid-30s, a new phrase sprang up as if from nowhere to beckon the promise of the future. The phrase was New Deal. In years to come, I think this moment will be seen as a similar turning point in our national destiny. Will be seen and felt as the year of our New Deal. Good night.
You too, sunshine.
Reg rang a while ago. Did he call you?
No.
There's a rumour Venables is going to make the next division in the Chamber a vote of confidence in the government.
More?
Just a small one.
Cheers.
Cheers. He's going to bring us to heel.
He's going to try.
Comrade, I don't know about you, but my CLP's already poised to pass a vote of censure on me for voting against this afternoon. One more and I'm finished. What about you?
I'm not sure. I'm asking them to back me all the way. Is there any news from the NEC?
No? Tom Wiltshire's seeing Venables early next week. There's a feeling that Venables will ease up when the oxygen begins to thin a little.
Willie Moore?
worried about his own general council elections. Fears a shift to the right. He's lying low. Will you go all the way?
I don't know. I might just go.
That'll be the day. You couldn't just go if you had a rifle at your head. Not in you.
No, probably not.
Well, I better get up and face the constituency. Are you going up?
Yeah. I've got to see a show first. Well, a rehearsal. Mate of mine's putting it on round the trades councils. Don't fancy, do you?
What's it about?
No idea.
No, I don't think so. I've had enough theatre for 1 week.
Yep. Know what you mean.
You driving?
Mm-hmm.
Take care, won't you?
When?
Hmm?
Why did we never make it?
I don't know. Maybe you just like me too much. Cheers, comrade.
Cheers.
Now, but you listen, comrade, where are we going to keep, for Christ's sake? Yes, well, think about it. It's important, right? And park benches are out. We want a roof over our head and preferably a blanket or two. Right. Okay. Okay, cheers. See you Sunday. Right. So, you made it. Mm-hmm. That's great. It's just started. It's all right. You haven't missed anything. I'm not on for ages yet. You've had a busy week.
So?
You're doing all right. Hey, how you fixed for some beds next week? Say, Sunday to Friday.
How's that?
Well, we're playing Manchester Trades Council and the digs have fallen through.
Yeah, sure. You can have the house. Sunday will be a bit tricky, but I should be able to sort something out.
That's smashing, right.
Where do I go?
It's through there. Hang on, I'll take you. It's on the politics of sexuality. It's called Come.
Fine.
Right. Watch out for me. I'm brilliant.
Yeah, okay, that's great. Fine. Listen, you can stick your grace and dignity up your smarting ass, dear. I don't start with anything as trivial as desire is what I want. I start with need. Stark. Unadmirable. The base. Women need men. The reasons may vary, but the need
You from the
doesn't.
Arts Council?
A man is a woman's
friend of
identity.
Jamie's.
Without one,
I'm Cleo.
she's another.
That's Dink.
Hi. Bill Brand.
I start with fundamentals.
Yeah, you the MP?
Mm-hmm.
Surprised they could spare you.
So let's sort out the merchandise, shall we?
Needed a break.
When I was born, I disappointed. I was a girl. When I was 1, I had a brother and felt the difference. When I was 2 and 3 and 4 and more, I waited and waited for a willy to grow. And waited. At 6, my mother told me to stop looking and slapped the hand I looked with. At 7, I met God, another father. He confirmed that I was nobody. I thanked him. He stilled my fingers. At 8 and 9 and 10, though I left myself alone, 2 uncles and a cousin found me irresistible. At 12, I bathed every day to watch my boobies grow. At 13, I had blood between my legs. I knew I had sinned. 14, changed my panties twice a day, terrified by change. When I was 15, my father brushed my nipple in the hall, fastening a button on my blouse. When I was 16, I saw Marlene. And I've been 16 ever since.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. 'Tis my throat and sterling area this evening to reproduce for your dereliction and eventual consumption the gross mazing, the infibulous, the fetish and carry on of all spectation. Fresh from their hot traumas in the Hamburg and Batley, the one and lonely. If you've got a hole, we'll help you fill it. If you got something to fill a hole with, we'll help you find the hole. But seriously, though, frowns, for what you are about to perceive, may the law make you truly thankful. I prefer, of course, to the sense ordinary, the sensificent, the ex-sexual, the percentual, the hypnotic, the financial. Look, thanks, Sean. The show of shows. What we don't show isn't there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have euro dollars, prepare to shed them now. Or as St. Paul Stingley put it in his salivated epistle to the merchant bankers, what doth it profit a man if he inherit the whole world and have not profit? It shall be as the sound of empty cash registers, more doleful to the ear than the wailing and gnashing of teeth that will undoubtedly accompany it. Gold is beauty, beauty is taste, taste, profit, profits are honored, for they make one grow where two grew before, but on a regular basis. And those of us privileged enough to be living on the very frontiers of human liberation, you and I, comrades, know two paramount truths. Nothing in God's little acre ever came free, and the only sin is a failure to consume.
Jamie, she said, have we
Wasn't
got
it?
this?
Just let me finish, yeah?
Jamie, we discussed this at some length, and you took part in making a decision with us, a collective decision,
Yeah, all right,
which
all right,
was
fair
that
enough.
you undertook to cut that piece, not cut it out completely. I mean, you know, everybody knows how marvellous
It just
you are doing
leads
it, all
up
the
to
rest
Miss
of it.
World, that's all.
But you have not done it. You have just completely ignored that collective. Now, what's the point of having a cooperative group if that's the sort of thing you do? We took it together. It was a collective decision. This is a cooperative. What's the point of
Yeah, and my
trying
part
to
in
work
being
out
in a
that method of
cooperative
work?
is that I have the freedom to express what I want to say. Look, I haven't even tried it yet, have I? And now, despite some minority opposition, we present the first contestant for the Miss World History Prize. And she is the duskily desirable goddess Shiva, Miss India. Miss India from the land of the Kama Sutra, where she holds a position in the Delhi Hilton. Over here, there. Thank you. There you go. On the spot there. That's it. Out front there, big smile for all our Euro viewers. Thank you. Thank you. From the land of my fakirs. No, fakirs. Thank you. Welcome, goddess. Now, tell me, do you like money?
Yes, I like money very much.
That's nice. Isn't that nice, ladies and gentlemen? Wonderful. And now, tell me, goddess, do you have a hobby?
Yes, I like counting money. Every spare minute I have, I empty my purse on the table or wherever and count it in the neat piles.
That's very good, yes. Fine. And now perhaps you would like to say a word here to all our viewers in ROLAND. In your own language, of course.
Kanhe sudasi karne sumantri, rupe kalaski samaya daritri sesna, kamata sajanu sabesya darakta, uktakila dharma puteni.
Oh, is that? Yes, finished. Fine, wonderful. And the translation of that, I've got it here on a card somewhere, is, here we are. If a man has commerce with a woman, having first rubbed his member with dung dropped by a Valgurli bird on the wing, she will never have to do with another man. Isn't that sweet? And now contestant number 2, Anthony's Eden herself, Cleopatra, and you won't see a bigger pair of humps than these on a camel, Miss Egypt. Thank you. Welcome, Your Majesty. It's nice to have you along. And now, perhaps you would like to tell us, do you have a burning ambition? Something you'd like to do more than anyone else?
Yes. I'd like to marry the man of my dreams.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Raise a family.
Oh, yes.
And be extremely rich.
Wonderful. Isn't that nice, ladies and gentlemen? And now perhaps you would like to have a quick word in your own language.
Abdul Gamil Nasser.
Short and very sweet, ladies and gentlemen. And the translation of that reads as follows. Better the bourgeois revolution you know than the proletarian one you don't. Isn't that sweet? And now, numero trio on your programs. The last contestant, the reigning Miss World History herself, the selfless Miss Florence Nightingale, Miss United Kingdom. And after a hard day's work, isn't there something you'd like to come home to? And now, Miss United Kingdom will lead the contestants in the second stage of the contest to find the most everything girl in the history of the world. This, may I remind you lads out there tonight, and best of order please, because this is the stage where the little ladies slip out of something less comfortable and show you their exciting flesh and organs.
What do you think of it so far? Wow.
It's still too long.
What?
Your bit.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yes. You're going to have them picking up beer mats and tying their shoelaces.
Well, we'll see, eh?
I think the whole bloody thing's too sophisticated. I mean, W.H. Audio, what's that about, for Christ's sake?
You are so elitist. I mean, you really do think you're the only one who's ever read a book.
Oh, Jamie, she's right. If we're going to talk to working class men and women about sexuality, well, we're going to have to include them in it. Their experience, you know what I mean? The chance I won't have a bloody clue what we're on about.
Sure, I have half the time.
God, here we go again, every time. But persons are just... All it is, we are trying to present an entertainment, right? We agreed on that, to make people laugh, to make people think about their work, about their life, about sex, about men's roles, about women's roles, about sexual stereotypes. But you wrote the bloody thing. Why do I always have to get it in the neck?
Because our stuff's fine. It's yours that's the problem.
Oh, I give up. I really do. Well, what do you think, Will?
You're going to play this where?
Trades councils.
Possibly some working men's clubs, you know. Somewhere. Oh, boy. Yeah. Nice night out for somebody.
Finally, reports are just reaching us of a wave of mass arrests in Chile following yesterday's unconfirmed reports of a general strike in Santiago, the capital. According to government sources,
Oh, hey, with a
the
bang.
arrests are an attempt to
Oh, you can take it right in. Your mates are in there now.
law and order against
You
the
just go
laws
right
of
through them.
anarchy in the country generally. We'll have more of that in our 10 o'clock bulletin.
All right.
And now the day's headlines again. In a tough speech in Birmingham today, the new Prime Minister has announced his intention to see things through, come what may. In a veiled reference to opposition in his own ranks, Mr. Venables has promised to seek a vote of confidence from the whole House early next week. In a speech in Bristol, the Liberal leader, Mr. Blake, has offered the new government full backing in what he calls their principled struggle to knock sense into the heads of the backwoodsmen of all parties. In Belfast, 2 elderly women and a 5-year-old child died when a bomb exploded.
You read him?
Uh-huh.
We're with you, Bill. We just think you ought to lie low for a while.
Yeah.
A few messages. Calls, you know, press mainly. Oh, and the BBC want to know if you'll do one of them word and edgeways things. I said it was doubtful. I think you did the right thing, stopping away, you know. GMC. They're always more likely to back you if you don't complicate matters by being there. Says Venables is going to bring you to heel with a vote of confidence.
Yeah, it's on the cards.
What'll you do?
I'm not sure. We'll have to see.
Tories will vote against next time. They'll have to. If he loses, it's an election. Nobody's going to like that, I can tell you. You're going on with it, are you?
Yes. Fight the front you're facing.
Ethel thought you might like to drop in for a bite to eat sometime.
Yeah, I'd like that.
How's tomorrow?
It's fine.
Right, I'll tell her. Are you coming to the social?
Yeah, for a couple of hours. I've got some people staying, so
Good.
Can't stay all that long.
I'll see you there then.
Will you stick, Alf?
Oh, why?
Why?
Because it's what I do.
Is that all?
No. I've spent the best part of 30 years here, right? I've seen them come and I've seen them go. I tell you, in the 50s, used to go on a knocker and ask them if they were voting for Gatescombe. And they'd say, no, we're all Labour here. We've had these buggers leading us before, and we'll have them again. They're like dry rot. Clear them out of one area and they creep in somewhere else. They can't win, Bill. They can't win. Oh, not 'cause you'll stop them, or Last, or Brent, or out like that. They can't win because reality is not on their side. They think capitalism's like a coat of paint, like a veneer, and underneath is the structure. And it isn't. Capitalism is the structure, the reality. And it splits us up. Sets us against each other in classes, in thought, in lifestyle, in aspirations and all the rest of it. But it breeds resistance. In every worker who goes down the road, in every tenant who's evicted, in every man and woman denied the chance to be human. Any road.
I'll see you later on, then.
All right. Oh, by the way, there's some theatre group want to do a show here, a rabble or something. You know how's about them?
Yeah, know them.
Any good?
Yeah. They're terrific.
Right. I'll book them then. Any idea what kind of thing?
Oh, bit of everything, really.
All right.
There was somebody in the audience had a heart attack, because I know, because somebody went round trying to wake everybody up, see who it was. Come in, come in. Hey, make yourself at home, comrade. You want a drink? You'll have to have weight. Nobody likes the weight.
Have you eaten? There's plenty.
No, I'm fine, thank God.
Oh.
I wish I realised that was going on. Did we have a night, comrade?
Yeah?
What?
How'd it go? Well, we lost. About 13-0, I think it was.
They were terrific.
Oh,
Listened, watched, patted us on the head, told us to piss off and get some in.
I know the
I
feeling.
don't know about you, I learnt quite a lot.
Oh, yeah?
Like what?
Well, for a start, I've got to start somewhere else. Have a piece of bread, love.
Yeah.
So, if you're going to make connections, raise consciousness, you've got to start from where people are actually at. Not from some notional point in the middle of your own middle-class, guilt-ridden hang-ups.
Well, that was a good show while it lasted.
Oh, come on, Jim, you know what she's on about.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look, it's Ligo twitching away there.
What are you talking about ego? What are you on about?
You know what we're on about.
Look, all I'm saying is we spend 6 weeks lashing a show together about women's place in society, right? And it gets 2 performances.
I'm not saying we should scrap it, I'm saying we should change it. Oh. Jesus Christ.
You know.
All right, well, you can change it if you want. I'm keeping my song in.
I'll see to the bed. Yeah?
What are you doing?
See to the bed.
No, come on, we've got plenty of time. We're going to have a bit of a sing-song now. Here, let me top you up. Do you still play the old Joanna in there?
Do you play?
Now and again.
Yes.
The neighbours aren't too keen.
Well, it's Saturday night, isn't it? Saturday night, hey? Did you bring your guitar? Cleo?
Oh, yes, in the
Yes?
front room.
Wonderful, wonderful. Isn't this a wonderful life, eh? On the road,
Cheers, man.
in the company of friends, lodged in a fine hostelry, outside Lavie. You've got a really nice place here, comrade.
Really?
Yeah, it's amazing. Amazing. Why?
Why do you think?
Where does your family live?
Somewhere else?
I think it's terrific.
No, it's not terrific. It's a miserable little hutch, and there's about 10 million people still live in them, and living here is as good a way as any of not forgetting it.
Yeah, let's have a song.
Okay, yeah, what about a sing-song? Come
You
on.
going to play, comrade?
Uh-huh.
Hey, that's good.
Have you got that other bottle?
It's here. I bring it.
Hang on. Hello.
No, it's okay. It has a cup.
Where are you from?
South America. Chile. After Allende.
Would you go back?
Yes. When we have won.
This is way, man.
Come in. Listen, If it's about the din, I've got these friends staying and,
Only I'm not bothered about the din. It's Saturday night. I took these in for you. Postman couldn't get them through the box.
Thank you, that's very kind of you.
You got it quite nice now, haven't you? I can't say I really understand it. I'd move out tomorrow if I could get somewhere. But I'm glad you did.
Will you have a drink with us?
No, not if you don't mind. I'm baking. I watched you on the box. Thursday, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Keep it up, won't you? Goodbye.
Good night.
Venceremos, venceremos, mil cadenas habrá que romper. Venceremos, venceremos, la miseria sabremos vencer. Venceremos, venceremos, mil cadenas habrá que romper. Venceremos, venceremos, la miseria sabremos vencer.
Campesinos, soldados, mineros, la mujer de la patria también, estudiantes, empleados y obreros,
Primeros con nuestro andar, sembraremos las tierras de gloria, socialistas será el porvenir, todos juntos sembremos la historia, a cumplir, a cumplir, a cumplir. Venceremos, venceremos, no cadenas habrá que romper. Venceremos, venceremos, la miseria sabremos